from the darkness steps Shadows of the Damned, a game dripping in style and one that never misses the opportunity to talk about its manhood. This collaboration from Resident Evil mastermind Shinji Mikami and Goichi Suda's Grasshopper Manufacture is a rock and roll road trip that'll take you to hell and back. And here is our review. Plot-wise, things go down like this. Our Hispanic hero, Garcia Hotspur, is a demon-hunting head honcho, but when his girlfriend is captured and carted off to hell by a demon lord called Fleming, he's gonna have to go farther than south of the border to get her back. Hotspur will have to chase Fleming into the city of the damned and catch up with him at the Castle of Hassel. Well, I've been there. Like any good man, Garcia would be a bit unstuck if he wasn't packing Johnson. I mean, where would he be without a floating skull demon that could transform into a gun, motorbike or handy torch? Yeah, well, probably not hell, anyway. If the plot sounds bonkers, that's because it is. But, you know, you get what you pay for from Suda51. Shadows of the Damned is a third-person action shooter in the style of Shinji Mikami's genre-defining Resident Evil 4. Like Resi 4, Shadows has the camera planted firmly behind Garcia's back, so get used to that purple rhinestone-studded jacket. You know, you're going to be seeing a lot of it. To find Paula, you'll have to explore the twisted Victorian architecture of the City of the Damned and pop a few caps in any demons that get in your way. Slipping into a combat stance pulls you into the now familiar tight over-the-shoulder view, giving you full control where you're aiming. Luckily though, Shadows isn't just a reskinned Resi, because unlike Leon, Chris and Co, when Garcia gets his guns out, he can keep moving. The new fleet-footedness is a much-needed addition because enemies are fast and ruthless even on the lower difficulties. Smaller demons swarm in large numbers, taking running leaps and attacking from behind. A few swipes with Johnson's torch form will make for effective crowd control, but it takes a couple of seconds to charge, keeping the tension high. Larger berserkers and long-range attackers force you to change up your tactics. It's pure Shinji Mikami. Only the father of a third-person action game could craft such a tight shooting experience. Another major part of the gameplay is the puzzles. Shadows of the Damned features some interesting interplay between light and darkness. Certain sections of the demon world are coated in an inky blue aura that damages Garcia as he stomps about. In some areas, firework launchers will clear up the dark for a bit, but the only way to properly dispel it is to hit a wall-mounted goat statue with a light shot. Yes, really. Throughout the game, these puzzles build from simple search and destroy tests by adding in rotating blocks, shifting platforms, and even enemy manipulation. They're often simplistic to solve, but the risk of damage keeps the pressure piling on. Shooting and basic puzzle solving, that's the Shadows formula in a nutshell. And while it may not sound like much, the action is gripping enough to drag you in, leading you from ridiculous encounter to encounter. The standard flow of gameplay is broken every so often by interjecting levels that mix up the formula and act as a palate cleanser. There are gorgeous 2D side-scrolling levels, shooting galleries full of giant enemies, and tense chases through the woods with more than a hint of the Evil Dead about them.
You've gone psycho! Run for your life!
In the end, it's the mashup of the Mikami brand action gameplay with Suda's punk rock style that makes Shadows of the Damned what it is. It's a horror B-movie homage that refuses to do things by halves and leaves no opening un-euphemized. Musically and graphically, things really come together with the whole grindhouse meets rock and roll aesthetic pulled off with aplomb. But the humor is so lowbrow, it's almost Neanderthal. Then again, if toilet humor isn't your thing, then it's best you get out of the bathroom. Shadows of the Damned jumps in two-footed to genres it apes, making it an absolute mess as it rolls around in the ridiculousness of it all. When Shinji meets Suda, Shadows is the only possible outcome. It's the Latino love child of two of Japan's leading lights, and you already know that you want it.